Hello, hello, beautiful people. How are you doing? Please say hi in the comment section and let me know where you are joining me from. Hi everyone, my name is Flora Daisy. I am a digital accessibility expert and founder at Linoratech. Linoratech is just an incredible company with the value and mission to help and support leaders and professionals easily create digital product like website, application, and PDF in a way that is inclusive, accessible to everyone. And this will include also clients, employees, vendors or suppliers, or perhaps partners with visible and invisible disability. Again, don't feel shy. Say hi in a comment. If you are watching this as a replay, again, just take the time to say hi in a comment. I always love to see who is actually watching the content, and I hope this is gonna be a very valuable episode for you. I'm really excited about talking about this. At the same time, I won't lie to you, a bit fearful as well. All right, let me self describe because in my audience, we often have people with low vision, people with visual impairments, or people who are blind. So I'm a black woman, I'm always smiling. Many people would say, Flora, you always laugh, which is true. I'm rocking right now black and red straight long voluptuous hair, I will say. I'm wearing a gold necklace and I am wearing a black blouse, I think. Yes. But again, don't feel shy. Say hi. If you have any comment at any point in time, just let me know in the comment section. If you have any question as well, do the same thing. I can respond live while we are here. And I can go back also to the comment later on and provide you with some answer if you need it, if it's needed as well. All right, I see someone say something. Oh, hi, Marika. Oh my goodness. Hi, Marika. Oh gosh, Marika is just an incredible person. I had a chance to speak with her one on one. She is such a very smart and nice person to talk to. I've learned a lot from her. Marika, I'm so happy you're here. Again, don't feel shy. Say hi. But let's talk about today's episode, which is all about fear, right? And I'm pretty sure that everyone here has experienced fear before. Can you please let me know in the comment? Have you ever experienced any kind of fear before? Could be fear of speaking, fear of going for, something more impactful, or maybe fear of moving to a different place, or fear of handling projects, or fear of making friends. You never know. I see Chris is also here. Hi, Chris. Hello, my friend. Bonjour. Comment ça va, Chris? Super happy to see you here, Chris, as well. But please let me know, have you ever experienced fear? If yes, just put the word fear in the comment section. But I love it. Today's episode is all about fear and how fear actually can be the true or hidden barrier of inclusion and innovation. I mean, let me just tell you one of my personal story, okay? um, you may laugh or may not laugh. You may relate or may not relate. But let me just share that experience with you. So I've been working using a platform, okay, to create my website, to create my processes for marketing, to create my content. And so I've been using a platform that I eventually felt comfortable with. I've created, like I said, processes in place and different things, even my website. And so that was really good. And I've been using this platform for years, you know how many here can relate to the fact that, when you are working in an environment, you start becoming more comfortable with the tools, the people, or the processes that are in place? Yes. Whenever I work on something for years, definitely I create a kind of a comfort zone with the different things that I use to do the work. And guess what? Recently, I was forced to let go of that platform for personal reason and business reasons, and I got scared. Um, Very scared, just because there's so much that was done on that platform that I didn't want to let go. I was really scared to let go. And that's just me being very transparent with you. Some of you might say, Flora, what does has to do with inclusion, accessibility, and innovation? Well, we're talking about innovation and processes, and the people who are creating the biggest impact are human at a core. And fear, trust me, has a cost. So I'm telling you my story, not to, just share the story, not just to share the story to annoy you, but there is a reason why I am telling you this story. So I was really fearful of letting go of the platform because there's a lot of things that was built around that platform. Yes, I must admit, I became also comfortable with that platform. So having to start everything all over again, it was overwhelming. I didn't want to. I just didn't want to. And perhaps you can relate to that, where you are asked to do something totally different, and you're like, no, I don't want to. I see a comment here. I see Chris said, definitely experience fear when providing feedback on cultures as an external consultant, but we must challenge the status quo. Oh, thank you so much for sharing, Chris. Again, don't feel shy. Just share your thought. We're not here to judge. This is a platform where we are just working, collaborating together. And I love when you guys are letting me in your own experience, in your own stories. So don't feel shy, really. So there were a lot of fears just to let go. And so I didn't let go. I did not. I hold on to the platform as much as I could. And something happened. The reality just caught up with me. I had to let go. I just had to let go. So, with that situation, I started looking for another solution, something that my business can, you know, afford to move forward with. But not only that, something that is in alignment with, you know, the mission of my business, which is all about inclusion, accessibility for diversity, and so much more. So I needed something good, but I didn't know I was going to get it. So I just opened up my mind and say, you know what? I am not going to let fear hold me back. I am not going to say because I can't work anymore with this platform, I just had to cut everything. No, I opened up my mind and I looked for another solution. And something interesting happened. I found a platform. This platform, I mean, gosh, there's so much I can tell you about this platform. But because I've opened up my mind, the new platform I got was so easy to understand and work with. So easier. It cut in half, almost in half, the amount of work I was doing on the old platform. And I was like, how is this possible? Sometimes you work with providers, you work with a group, you work with, I don't know exactly who you're working with, or the tools that you're using, and you're like, I wish there was something better, but you don't dare to explore something better. But actually, Don't let the fear hold you back. Go and explore. Try something new. Try a new, a new supplier. Try a new tools. What are you gonna lose? You're just gonna gain knowledge. You maybe even gonna get the solution that you have been looking for. So again, speed in my deliverable, in my creation, in the building of my new, you know, products, new processes, my new website. I'm like so excited right now. The third thing that happened is accessibility. You know, for some of you that have been following me for so long, you probably noticed that I said for the old platform, don't get me wrong, the old platform was great, but it also had a lot of shortcomings. There were a lot of things I couldn't really do properly. I mean, let me just name one thing. In accessibility, we need to have headings, right? Like you guys have probably used a Word document. You have an H1, H2, H3 to kind of create the outline of the document. The same applies when you have a website. You want to make sure to properly, create the different section with H1, H2, H3, H4, H6. The old platform gave me only two headings, H1 and H2, period. I had to literally custom codes H3, H4, and any other H I will need. That was crazy. The new platform not only gave me that, but it's so easy to implement. I don't even have to code more. I was like, what? The new platform is cost efficient. I mean, literally, what I am paying in 1 month with the old platform, it's covered in a year with the new platform. This is how huge this thing just, gosh, I was so surprised and mesmerized. I was wondering what took me so long to explore something new. It's just a fear of letting go. How many people here are fearful of letting go of the thing they have, although they know sometimes it's not working, although they know sometimes that it's just killing them inside, you know, as a leader, as a professional? It's just crazy. Oh, the fear of starting over, you know? I mean, I was this experience just blew my mind that the cost I had to pay for holding on and accepting the fear was actually higher than the cost of the discomfort. Me jumping in a new solution was so much faster. I can't believe it. But the reason why I'm explaining this story is really because many of us are working in the field where we usually have to push for innovation, for inclusion, or maybe we're working on digital products, or we're working with partners or suppliers or vendors, or we're working with processes that have been established for more than 10 years or years. And we're having a hard time letting go. I've known different organizations where they are trying to embrace inclusion and accessibility, but there is always that fear lingering somewhere there, or the fear of failures, which is the biggest one. Failing is a notification. It doesn't mean that you as an individual is a failure. And also doesn't mean that you won't succeed. I mean, there's so many geniuses that came before us who failed and succeeded at the end. And that was really good. No, no. I have my daughter trying to sneak in, but I need to finish here. Okay, she gave me a nice image. There you go. Thank you, baby. So that's what happened when you do the live show at home. There's always a surprise coming. All right, so let's talk about fear and its impact in the broader discussion around inclusion and accessibility. Really, fear is not just personal. Although, I just shared with you my personal story. Fear is not just personal, it has a cost. As I said, as you know by now, according to Accenture, 28% of there is a 28% of increase in revenue for companies that are embracing inclusion and accessibility in the right way. And that means opening up processes or changing processes to embrace things that they haven't done before. I've seen a lot of organizations now putting budget on the side to invite people with leadership disability experience. I've seen people also doing consulting. I've seen people inviting people who have incredible knowledge around accessibility, who are advocating for accessibility to come on board and share some light. This is great. Companies that are not inclusive are embracing inclusion and diversity right now. Oh my goodness, I'm afraid for these companies. They might not, make the cut in the long run. They might disappear because right now, everything is moving toward a more inclusive experience for everyone. And that will include people with disabilities. I mean, you and I know by now that as we're aging, we might lose some abilities. Some of us already have grandparents or parents who are blind or who have low vision. We have people who have mobility impairment. They might not even be able to use a mouse to navigate. They have to use voice command, or maybe they're using just a tap on the keyboard because they can't use a mouse. So there's a lot of things that, you know, call for inclusion and accessibility. The other thing that is out there, according to the WHO, the World Health Organization, is that there is 15% people with a disability in the world. This is more than 1.3 billion. This is approximately 1 in 5 people. So imagine if your company has 10 people, 10 employees, trust me, there's probably 2 employees in there who have visible or invisible disabilities. Some people with invisible disabilities will not tell you, but that's the truth. That's the truth, you know? So we have to be very, very careful. These numbers, these statistics are so huge to the point that you will wonder, why is that businesses are not creating more inclusive, accessible digital product or processes, or inviting more people with disabilities on the table? What do you think the reason is? Let me know in the comment. I want to know. The reason is fear. There's a lot of fear. Fear of not fully understanding what is required to create inclusive and accessible processes. Fear of thinking that it's just the budget. Some people are still thinking that, you know, a disability is just a number and it's not important. It's not going to have a huge impact on their business. That's coming from, I will just say, ignorance, or maybe fear of just changing to something new. Some people are so fearful that they rather stick to old decision and say, no, this is what we do. But underneath it is really fear. We are really fearful of changing our processes because this might impact the entire business. Guess what? If you're not changing processes, if you're not changing tools, if not changing the way you educate your people, your organization, your teams, you might be just cycling or spinning your wheels around the same thing. And don't be surprised if you're getting the same results. Don't. I know some some people will do the same thing and they're hoping that something different and a different outcome will come, but that's not happening. You're just doing the same thing. They said, oh, we want people to help us for accessibility. They go and hire QA tester, accessibility QA testers, and they're so surprised that the numbers are not going down. Have you hired a QA tester accessibility before? Yes. Some people go, some people come. Are you sure you're really changing anything? No, you're not. You're literally just spinning your wheel around the same process. Look for something different. Invite people with disabilities on the table. Invite advocate for accessibility. Get a coach in accessibility. Learning just the technique, you know, is great, but is it really moving the needles? I mean, I can talk on and on about it. You know me. I see a few comments here. Ariel said fear can be a good thing as long as it doesn't hold us back. Thanks for being so open, Flora. Oh my goodness, this is so true. I mean, someone told me our brain, our mind is wired in a way that fear is keeping us safe, but also sometimes fear is holding us back from accomplishing something greater, something better, something impactful, or even for just changing our life or changing the life of others. So, oh gosh, thank you so much for sharing, Ariel. I see uh, Reyes is also here. Hi, Ali. Oh my goodness, so happy you're here. Again, if you feel like you're hearing something you appreciate, come on, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart. I will take everything. It also shows me that these sessions are valuable to you all, and I hope you appreciate me putting the effort to share, personal stories as well as inviting sometimes incredible people to come and share with you all here. So, what is really the cost of, you know, letting the fear dictate the decision we're taking in businesses? Well, there's a lot. So, for a business to be afraid of moving forward with inclusion and accessibility, or using different tools, or inviting coaches in accessibility, or inviting or bringing a new process, there's a big cost. One of the costs is literally, a reputation cost. If you're not embracing accessibility right now, you may get sued. In the United States, we have the new Title II that is requiring a lot of organizations to meet accessibility compliance by 2026. That's just in a few months. Some people will say, oh, we still have a year or a year and a half. Yeah, no, you don't have. Start early to be in the safe side. Start early. Trust me. If you wait until the end, guess what? Many organizations are going to be at that spot, and everyone will try to get support from different vendors, from different suppliers, and that is going to create chaos. Why? Because there's not too many vendors who provide support in inclusion and accessibility. So you might actually fail to comply and be in a very, very challenging spot. The other thing is also you will be missing, the company will be missing on the opportunity to attract an incredible market. People with disabilities, along with families and friends, have a disposable income of $13 trillion globally. That's a juicy market. I always tell people that's a juicy market for a business to be able to attract incredible clients. And clients with disabilities are so loyal, you know. Other clients sometimes feel like they have options, but clients with disabilities, if you give them an inclusive experience, guess what? This is the company they will be talking to friends, to family, to many people. So, gosh, there's so much money to be getting from just embracing inclusion and accessibility and letting go of the fear. It's important. I mean, I can go on and on about this, but there's so much we can learn from that. Learn to be okay. I would say that's the first thing you have to do. Whenever you want to create something big, just put it on a piece of paper. What are you trying to create? And next to it, write everything or all the reason you think it might not work. I know some people will say budget, time, the right network, the right, opportunity, and so much more. Just write everything, because when we don't put it on a paper, we hold this information in our heart, and that's really what prevent us from moving forward. So it's really good to know exactly the pain, the problem, in order to address it properly. So just, put down on a piece of paper what you want to accomplish. And then next to it, write everything why you feel like this is going to be too much. You know, some people will say, well, I'm not going to get the buy-in of the leaders. I remember I was working with a company a while ago, and I said, oh, we have this amount of problem for accessibility on the website using this platform. And then I asked, how do we go about it? Because the internal team cannot fix some of them because that encapsulated in the platform. So can we talk to the provider? And to be honest with you, I'm just going to disclose because I love you guys and I can. The platform was from Microsoft. And I told my leader, let's send an email to the provider and say, hey, by the way, we have that problem. Can we have some help, some support? And my leader was fearful. He was like, oh, no, 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 Flora, let's not do that. We just a small company here. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't even mind us. They wouldn't pay attention to what we're asking. And I was like, wait a minute, where does that come from? What do you think? It's fear, the uncomfort. We've never done it before, And I said, hey, listen, let's just do it and see what will happen. If anything, we're just gonna learn from this experience. Do you want to guess what Microsoft said to us? Take a shot. Let me know. Did they say no or did they say yes? They're gonna help. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think they did? They said yes. They will support us. Not only that, they said they will give us a monthly update on the things that have been fixed for the request we made. My leader was blown away. He was like, I can't believe they said yes. And they actually given us a report because they said we will not be able to fix all of that in one go, but we put that in our timeline and we will give you an update every month. And they did. I received 2 updates while I was there supporting the organization, and I'm pretty sure they kept on having a few more updates moving forward. So again, fear. Fear is something that can really hold a person from accomplishing a lot of things. It could be a leader, it could be a professional, it could be someone with a disability who has been trying so hard to make things happen, but there is something hidden, and that could be fear. So, as I said, when you put on a paper what you want to accomplish, you put all the excuses why it might not happen, then take another time and write everything that could happen if that worked out. If you see and compare how much you can gain from trying than from not trying, you will have your answer as to if you want to keep holding back to the fear or not. I hope this strategy will help you. We are at the end of the session. It was so wonderful talking to you all, and I hope to see you next week. I am going to receive an incredible guest speaker. And so, gosh, you want to be here for this talk. All right, everyone, I wish you a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you next Friday. Bye bye.